patient has succumbed to COVID-19, bringing the death toll to 15. This is even as Mombasa grapples with an ever-rising number of new infections. The country now has 374 cases of the coronavirus.
Mombasa County is now the hotspot for coronavirus after recording 9 more cases on Wednesday. Nairobi County recorded only 1 case out of the 10 cases recorded in the country in the last 24 hours.
In the last 24 hours, we have tested a total of 508 samples from 14 counties. Out of this number, 10 tested positive for coronavirus, and of these, 9 are from Mombasa and 1 from Nairobi.
1 more patient died, bringing the COVID-19 death toll to 15.
We are also urging Mombasa County residents to rededicate themselves in this fight and support the county government of Mombasa and national government in helping to contain this virus.
Since the first case of coronavirus was reported in the country on March 13th, most of the cases that were reported came from abroad. Now the ministry says the infections are being spread at the community level.
And it is important that I emphasize at this point that indeed, from the data that we are synthesizing, we are noting that in the beginning of this scourge, we had most of the cases being imported cases, but right now, the tables have turned and most of our cases are coming from local transmission within our communities.
The Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Mercy Mwangangi, also urged Kenyans not to isolate the patients who have recovered from COVID-19 and instead welcome them back in the society.
While we celebrate these recoveries, we are disturbed that reintegration has not been easy for these people. We have reports of stigmatization by members of the community for our recovered cases. And this is unfortunate, considering our constant appeal and massive education to ensure that people are accepted back in the community. That the only way we can be able to beat this disease is if we avoid issues like stigmatization.
Kawangware in Nairobi and Kibokoni, Mombasa are the recent areas to record COVID-19 cases in 2 consecutive days. But do you know the procedure being undertaken once a COVID-19 case has been reported? Francis Kuria, the Director of Public Health, explains.
What normally happens is that when a case turns positive, we send out our ambulances through the rapid response teams to pick up those positive cases. Another group then follows that team that does contact tracing around that case. Some of them who may have symptoms then are isolated immediately, and others who do not. Sometimes we take samples for testing and advise them on further quarantine measures.
Over 3 million cases of coronavirus have been reported worldwide, with over 200,000 deaths recorded. In Kenya, the number of cases stands at 374 and 129 recoveries.
We do hope the county of Mombasa gets ahead of this and tackles it before it blows into